What's up? And we've been a lot late on reviews. And I know I didn't do a Raw review, and I've missed a whole bunch of reviews, but Raw sucked really last Monday anyways. And to be honest, it was probably mostly really two good shows out of the week to really watch on wrestling, or three. Mostly that was the NXT Live Special, Takeover Respect, TNA, and Ring of Honor. But I want to get into TNA right now, my TNA Impact Wrestling review. Since days after Bound for Glory, the World Heavyweight Championship has been relinquished by Matt Hardy. So even though easily could have been for EC3 to get a rematch, TNA has now decided to do a World Title Tournament series, which Josh Matthews and the Pope were in some new setting now, which I don't know where they were at, but they were somewhere new. As they really did kind of explain this, because this lawyer thing didn't make sense. But this whole World Title Tournament series is this: 32 people will compete for the World Heavyweight Championship, including the knockouts will compete for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's almost like the Bound for Glory series tournament in a way, but they explain everything. Pretty much it'll be groups. There's a 15-minute time limit of each match. There will be 0 points for a loss, a point for a draw, 3 points for a win. And pretty much they showed multiple groups, such as Group Knockout, which is Awesome Kong, Gail Kim, Madison Rain, and Brooke. Group UK, Rockstar, Spud, Drew Galloway, Bram, and Grado. They also showed another group champions, Austin Aries, since he's now back in the company. Austin Aries, Bobby Lashley, Mr. Anderson, and EC3. Another group they have is Group Wildcard, I believe. Yes, Group Wildcard. Kenny King, Rockstar Spud, Crazy Steve, Mahaba Shaiba, and I don't know, it's some other guy that's in the tournament. There's group. What the point is, there's a lot of groups in this thing. And they play it almost like a sports type of thing. So the direction they're going in is pretty much like a tournament, and it's more of a sports type of field and sports entertainment, people said. Drew Galloway wins Bram in a World Title Series match, which they even took interviews during the match of who they thought how they thought they were going to win the match and everything. Since Drew Galloway still wants his shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. So he went against Bram, and Galloway won. He beat Bram, which was a really good match. I'll say that. Really, really good match. Brawl, I say that. And he pretty much interviewed Drew Galloway after, saying he's on his way to the top to win the World Heavyweight Championship. They also talked to Grado and Spud. They're going to have a match tonight also of who was going to win, since Grado says I'm in excellent condition or something like that to win. But the World Title Series is kind of good. They actually had a new setting they talked to, and that the typical backstage, whatever Josh Matthews and the Pope speak from. Even though I still think it's weird how they've done the title thing, but it's more of a sports type of thing, almost like Sports Center or some type of real sports type of thing, and instead of more sports entertainment counterpart. And even talked to the knockouts, who they thought were going to win. Since Brooke went against Gail Kim, they faced each other in their own groups, which they had a great match also, which Brooke got the surprise win. Even her video, if you've seen her video promo from last week, how she's going to fight her way back to the top, she beat Gail Kim and everything, so she's pretty much said she was going to win and, make her name in TNA and stuff. So they actually came up with a lot of great stuff also tonight. Rockstar Spud went against Grado in another World Title Series match, which this was almost like a comedy. It was funny. It was a comedy match, but it was kind of a cool comedy match. Since Rockstar Spud and Grado were doing multiple wrestlers' moves, Grado did an AJ Styles things like this, trying to go for the Styles class. Rockstar Spud's trying to do a John Cena with that feud, challenge John Cena. Grado tried to do a Sweet Chin Music. And then even Rockstar Spud did a Stone Cold Stunner. Even when he went the Undertaker mode with like a tombstone-esque type of thing. So it was crazy. Like, he's not phenomenal. He even did a Bulldog also. Not Bulldog, the Scotty Too High thing. Do the worm. He even did a Stinger Splash on him. So it's like they challenged in a different wrestlers modes. But Spud got the underdog and won the match. So he's moving on. It was pretty funny. I say it was a comedy match, but it was kind of a cool comedy match since they tried to imitate other wrestlers' moves. EC3 entered the arena, well, to go against Austin Aries, since they wonder why Austin Aries is back. Well, since he's a former world champion, he just gets to come back. He brought out Trinidad with him, which used to be Rosita, which is in Global Force Wrestling right now. And this is one of the best matches of tonight. This is pretty much almost like the match of the night. It went up to a draw, but it was mostly the best match of the night. And they really took a step forward with this with Austin Aries versus EC3. Even though it ended in a draw, EC3 still to attack him after. The Spud hit him with that brain buster and knocked him out of the ring. I wish they would have did more EC3, not EC3, but Austin Aries was gone for a minute with this whole Dirty Heels versus Rockstar Spud thing. But Aries versus EC3 going for the World Heavyweight Championship is really kind of cool, and I like it. Even though Tyler said he still got a shot at the title, so he's still going for it. They went to Mr. Anderson, talked about he was going to go for the title, he's going to win. Madison Ring talked to go against Awesome Kong. Even though you don't really ever hear Awesome Kong talk about, she said she's just going to be a destructive force of nature, saying nobody would stand in her way. Awesome Kong went against Madison Ring, somewhat of a squash match, I'll say that. Kong hit the implant buster, went in the match. So it was a lot of great matches tonight. Lashley talked, even though Lashley can't talk that well, Lashley says, I've done a lot of things, I've won a lot of world championships, and that's why he's in the championship group, because he's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship, and Mr. Anderson's going to be victim number 1. Matt Hardy was in the back, talked about he won the title from his entire family, his father, his son, his wife, his brother, and pretty much in his hometown of North Carolina. So he pretty much went on and talked about that he's going to come for the TNA World Heavyweight Championships. He will be in next week's continuation of the tournament. I guess he'll be in some group. So Matt Hardy will be in it. EC3 talked about the legal troubles with Hardy, but now he's going back for his World Heavyweight Championship. He's finally got one thing done, but now he wants his world title back. Bobby Lashley then went against Mr. Anderson, which was a pretty good match to end off the show with. It was a good match. Lashley hit the spear and Anderson pretty much in the end. I'll say that. So that was a pretty good show. And it was, like I said before, and a lot of people said this, it almost came off like a sports feel today. Sports type of thing almost. Almost like a, not sports entertainment, not doing comedy matches all over the place. Even though Grado versus Rockstar Spud was, it's like they went down through all the tactics, like who gets the points here, who's winning the points, who's not winning the points. You got Kong with 3 points, you got Brooke with 3 points. Everybody got these group things, and when the groups are almost done, it goes into 16 people then. Next week we'll see the next 16 competitors that will be going for the World Heavyweight Championship. And we got to see a few of them tonight, even though EC3 and Austin Aries ended in a draw. I say it was still one of the best matches of the night. And I gotta say, I really did enjoy TNA this time tonight, which they kind of changed the approach. They thought of some new stuff. And I think it's getting over now that people really love it. The crowd's loving it and everything. Now, I have my other thoughts on other things. I'm going to get to the NXT live, takeover review in another video. But I know this is a spoiler in a way for everybody probably knows on WWE.com. Because James Storm went to NXT and he'll be on one of the tapings. My thoughts on James Storm going to NXT. He doesn't have a full contract, and he probably may just be taking the same route Samoa Joe is taking for the time being. So I'm very surprised that James Storm went over there. I'm probably even let him keep his name. I don't know if he'll go to Ring of Honor still or not. And I'm very surprised that James Storm left TNA to go to NXT. Quote unquote, yes and no. So I don't know. He doesn't have a contract with NXT right now. So it's maybe for a time being. I don't know how long this is going to go, but we'll have to see. Am I happy for the guy? Yeah, but I know a lot of TNA fans will want him back. And I just don't think the hippie thing is hypocritical sometimes when people like WWE fans will say, oh, well, he hasn't been a star in 10 years. Now he's a big star when he comes to WWE. Okay, Mark's got to sit that fuck down for a minute. But I really did enjoy TNA Impact Wrestling tonight. Like I said, came more of a sports type of feel. Focusing on the World Heavyweight Championship. The tournament makes sense. I think this would have been better for the Bound for Glory series, and whoever wins that gets the #1 contender spot to go against the World Heavyweight Champion at Bound for Glory. I think that would have been a better idea, but I'm liking how this route is going also. I'm very surprised the Knockouts are getting a chance at the World Heavyweight title. They get to compete for the title. I don't know how they're going to do this when it turns to man versus woman in this thing, but we'll find out and we'll see when we see the next 16 competitors. So I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace. We've just been really late on the reviews. I've been very busy, so I'm trying to catch up on everything I can. So I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace.